and our only King, came back to save us from sinful things. How love your mercy rain down on me, but I need to respect you. The Torah I'll keep. Thank you for making me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for everything. Yeah.
It says, but unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? So that's a jealous mindset. That's a zealous mindset. What are you doing declaring the words and testimonies of my God, man? It says, but unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? This is a man getting angry. You know, what have you to do with me? That's what he say all the time. And that's that zeal that you have. You know, this thing shouldn't make you cry, make you become compassionate, make just because she sing a little song, you know, now all of a sudden she can come in.
Law, and our only King, came back to save us from sinful things. How love your mercy rain down on me, but I need to respect you. The Torah I'll keep. Thank you for making.
No, man, it's a judgment, man. It's a judgment, and I'm gonna get that real quick. There's a judgment directly attached to you that we can't, to give you salvation, to give your people salvation would be unjust. For you to rape, rob, murder, pillage, destroy the whole earth. Not only the chosen people of the Most High, but the earth itself. You've raped the forest, you've raped the ocean, you've raped the wildlife, the bird life. You go over there, take expeditions to Africa and just kill majestic animals. You know, you poison the water, you poison the sky. You bomb this earth. You're the only country that dropped a nuclear bomb on this earth. You've done it more than once, man. You actually bombed your own people in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You walk around, wear human skin for clothing. You know, the evils that you've done. And now since social media is bringing these things out, then you want to try to play a goody two-shoe because the Most High is making you bear it. He's uncovering your faults. We're not going to let you slide. You know, there will be Israelites that, you know, some knowingly will do wickedness and say, you know, nations can be saved, but some are in ignorance. And I understand that some, I'm going to get this, right? I'm going to get this definition because a lot of this is what's going on. This is Stockholm Syndrome. It's a proposed condition or theory that tries to explain why hostages sometimes develop a psychological bond with their captors. Isn't that what happened? Aren't we hostages? Aren't we prisoners of war? When did they let us go? Right? It says why hostages sometimes develop a psychological bond with their captors. I'm going to get this precept real quick. This Barak 3:8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. It says we're still hostages. We're still hostages. So then how have you developed this love for your enemy? Because our people suffer from Stockholm Syndrome. Before you could even, you know, come to the table, say if there was a way for these Edomites to be saved. Before you could come to the table and have this discussion, wouldn't they at least have to free you? You're giving your oppressor salvation or trying to, and he still has you in chains. This is madness, man. If they had true love, if it was real equal and fair, wouldn't they let you go free? But it's the mindset, man. And the only thing that can set you free is the truth, these precepts, right? It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, but thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, right? So when you take someone captive, you conquer them, and then they become a tributary. So now you have to pay tribute. You work all week, and before you get your check, they've took 60% of it. It's because you're a slave. You're owned, you know. And you don't ask yourself, you don't consider these things. Is the Arab man paying Esau 60% of his earnings? Is the Chinese man paying Esau 60% of his earnings? Right? What about the Chinese, Japanese, even the African man? Is the African man paying Esau 60%? No, none of them are. But you are, because you're a tributary. You're a subject. You're a slave. Right? But yet, in this land, you've developed this psychotic love for your enemy, you know. I'm gonna try to get a bunch of information in this in a short amount of time. This is Willie Lynch letters, right? So I encourage you, you know, to go and research this, right? It says, accordingly, both a wild horse and a wild of nature nigger is dangerous even if captured. So they took the information, the knowledge of breaking a horse, and they applied that to us. But this is the mindset that we was in before they came here and they broke us. A lot of you that have this compassion for your enemy, you're broken. You have not been healed. You're broken. And you can't make these decisions while you're broken. You must be healed first. According both to a wild horse and a wild natured nigger is dangerous even if captured. For they will have the tendency to seek their customary freedom. Why? That was the tendency of you when you came over here, Jake. You were seeking freedom, but now you seek equality because you're broke. You're not working right. You know, why are you seeking equality in the land that you're not from, man? Man, you can't make that make sense. When you got off that boat, you were seeking freedom. And doing so to the point, look, might kill you in your sleep. Your forefathers was killing these people while they slept. So this was the conclusion. You cannot rest. These people could not sleep around you. They sleep while you are awake and are awake while you are asleep. They are dangerous near the family house, and it requires too much labor to watch them away from the house, right? It says, above all, you cannot get them to work in this natural state. Hence, both the horse and the nigger must be broken. That is, breaking them from one form of mental life to another. Keep the body, take the mind. In other words, break the will to resist. That's what's happened to you. They took your mind. They've taken your will to resist. They've taken that zeal from you, that anger, that righteousness. They've taken your holiness, that separate mind, right? The mind that the Lord gave you, they've taken. And they've replaced it with a mind that now is broken, you know?
Say, and I don't think anyone could say it. Again, I'm speaking for myself, not even bad for my family. But I love you just like anyone else. And I'm not gonna say I hope you rot and die just like my brother did, but I personally want the best for you. And I wasn't gonna ever say this in front of my family or anyone, but I don't even want you to go to jail.
Damn. You see that? And that's not right, man. With this broken mind, this compassion for your enemies, you've let them off the hook, man. No, that's a judgment. That's not right. When somebody commit a crime, that's why the Most High made laws. That's why he made rules. You just can't kill people. You know, you're not the one, you're not the judge. You can't, you know, let me get this precept real quick, right? Let me get this precept real quick. Most High willing to show on my screen. You know, I'm kind of, it's Deuteronomy 1:16, right? It says, and I charged your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brother and judge righteously. Every man his brother, and the stranger that is with him. Right? Did you hear that? It says, and I charge your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brother. You have to hear this cause. You can't just tell this enemy, I forgive you. What about all the millions of blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans that have been killed? Why don't you listen to them? It says the voice of your brother's blood is crying out from the ground. Right? It says in Revelations that, hey, the people, hold on, let's get this real quick. I'm going to get this real quick and we're going to come back here. Revelations 6 and 9, I believe. Right? It's Revelations 6 and 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahweh and for the testimony which they held. Now let's see if these people are saying, forgive them, God. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, doest thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the face, on the earth? So they wanted to be avenged, right? So you can't say, you know, I forgive you. That's what he would want. That's what our people would want. That's unrighteous judgment.
I don't even want you to go to jail.
Hold on. We got to go back to that. We got to go back to Deuteronomy. So this is the law on that. Deuteronomy. Let me get it real quick. I got a couple more. Then I got to head out the door. You know. It says, and I charge the judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brother, and judge righteously between every man and his brother and the stranger that is with him. So you got to hear the causes of what's been done to your brother. And that's the wicked thing about this. You skipping right over to salvation for your enemy, but you're not hearing the causes of your people. Your people are complaining. Your people are crying. Your people are mourning. Your people are still suffering, but you're ignoring that. The Lord said, ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgments is Yahweh. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. Right?
I want the best for you.
You broken. You know, this is a clear example of the mindset of our people. This is a people that's broke. You know, people that's broken.
You know, I want the best for you because I know that's exactly what Botham would want you to do. And the best would be give your life to Christ.
See, with this Christianity, they destroyed our people, man. Christianity is the biggest enemy against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Until, you know, our people come to that conclusion, until you realize that even some of these heathens, they'll tell you that they're starting to admit to that Christianity is a hoax, man. It's a lie. And if you haven't found that out by now, hey, Google TD Jakes and see what pops up. Right? But Christianity is going to destroy you. It's going to destroy your sons, man. It's going to destroy your people. It's going to make you soft, man.
I'm not going to say anything else. I think giving your life to Christ would be the best thing that both of them would want you to do. Again, I love you as a person. And I don't wish anything bad on you. I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug, please? Please?
Yes.
No, we all know the story. This woman walked in the door and shot his brother and killed his brother while he was watching a movie. I believe he was eating ice cream, man. He was just trying to have a regular day of relaxation, man. And she walked in and shot him because she said she thought he was in, you know, her house.
Former Dallas police officer Amber Geiger appears frantic in this body cam video. She told investigators she mistook 26-year-old Botham Jean for a burglar in her apartment when she opened fire. Moments later, you can see one of the officers begin CPR on Jean for 7 minutes, who is face up on the floor, bleeding from a gunshot wound. Paramedics arrive about 5 minutes later. As Jean is being wheeled out of the building, surveillance video shows Geiger, who was waiting in a squad car, hugging and being comforted by fellow officers.
And now her brother, man, his brother is doing this with the one that killed him in cold blood, man. And this is the mind state of you Israelites to say, you know, Edomites, and it's really only the Edomites y'all fight for. Y'all don't fight for Hamites. Y'all don't fight for Moabites and things of that nature. Y'all fight for Edomites, man. This is wicked. You weak. You weak, man. You know, that's all. You still suffer from Stockholm syndrome. You're still a product of the Willie Lynch experiments. You have not been renewed. You have not gotten these scriptures and let the scriptures transform your mind, your heart, and cause you to think right, cause you to move and work properly. Right? You've been experimenting on, Jake, man. You know, we got to have compassion for one another. That's what happened when you think like this, is because of the wicked experiments that they done on you, man. The psychological madness that they put on you, man, and your people for almost 500 years to cause you to love them, right? I'm going to get this precept and I'm going to finish here. Mark, I'm going to show you what Yahweh Shah said about this holiness, right? It says, and from thence he arose, it's Mark 7:24. And from thence he arose and went to the borders of Tyre and Zidon, and entered into a house and would have no man to know it, but he could not hide. For a certain woman whose daughter had an unclean spirit heard of him and came and fell at his feet. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation, and she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. But Yahweh Shah said unto her, let the children first be filled, for it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it unto dogs. So Yahweh Shah is speaking this parable. You are the children. He said, let the children be first filled. The bread is this truth. It's the Bible. For it is not meet to get a children's bread, and the dogs are the nations. Right? So I'm going to make this as simple as possible. Imagine you as a parent, man. You know, you have your 2-year-old or 3-year-old. You understand what their favorite food is. You put the baby up in the baby seat, and you're preparing the food. The baby is, when the baby's about to eat, the baby's excited, right? So you prepared this dish, you know, and you're about to feed your baby. You put the dish on a baby seat. You know, the baby just digging in and laughing. You know, when it's good, the baby, you know, that's how kids eat. So the baby's enjoying the food. So you leave out the damn room and you hear the baby screaming. You come back in the room, the dog done jumped up and snatched the food out the baby's hands. What are you going to do? This is the analogy that the Most High, that Yahweh Shah is using. If the dog snatch up and take the children's bread, it's going to be a problem, man. It says, but Yahweh Shah said unto her, let the children first be filled. It is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it unto dogs. It's not good to take the salvation of the Israelites, of God's chosen people, and give it to dogs. That I say shalom.